Let's be honest today. Students, you're going to school and making notes over there. Coming back, going to tuition, making notes over there. Coming back, reading NCRT, making notes over here. But when exam comes and you find out notes, you have nothing to revise from. This issue is with majority of students watching right now. If yes, then this video is for you. How to make one-page notes, and what is more important, how to make it, how to balance it with school, tuitions and our self-study too. So my dear students, welcome on the platform. Deeksha, Vedantu, and this is your faculty Tanvi Mam. Today we are going to talk about this critical issue that you guys are facing. My dear students, first and the foremost important thing, one line statement that I want to tell you, yes, notes making is important. And the compressed notes making is quite more important. By the word compressed here, I mean that you have to fit in one entire chapter in one page or majorly two, not more than this. And this is how it will help you, because when you know that when it is exam time, toppers do not read the 200-page notebooks or 200-page notes. They have compressed already the content into 20 pages, and this is what the strategy works for them. And you, meanwhile, are struggling with, okay, which page this question is, where I have written, where the question is, where the PYQ is. So, my dear students, let's stop it by today, because we are going to follow this strategy, what I am going to share you with you right now. So what majority of the students are doing is, they are making useless notes. See, I'm not questioning your hard work. You guys are literally so hardworking. You are studying in school. You are making notes over there. When teacher is teaching, you're writing something. That's very good habit, because all the senses are active at that time. But those are not that compressed notes. When you go back to the tuition, you make notes over there. Sometimes teachers are dictating over there. Again, you are making notes. But when you self-study, you find so many important points and you figure out that it's not in the school notes. It's not in the tuition notes. Let me make the fresh one. Now, which one are you going to refer before the exam? Okay, so this one you're going to refer before the exam. That's what? One page note. There's the category A student. See, most of the students make this mistake. If you're someone entering in class 9th or class 10, do not make this mistake again. You make this mistake that when you read the NCRT beta, you find everything important, because you make a mistake that you are making the notes while reading it. You are making the notes while reading it for the first time. By how? You are not that experienced person that you know that which is important part and I should make the note for the very first time. For the very first time, when you are reading the NCRT, the task is to understand the concepts first. Okay, so the category A student is a student who is just reading the complete NCRT, writing everything in the notebook, considering it as notes. But you know, you are doing what? You're just creating another notebook for you, that too very lengthy notebook, which is not going to help you in future. So which type of student you should be? You should be a category B student. And what these category B students are doing, beta, they are compressing the notes. They are converting that 20 pages, I was about to say B's pages, 20 pages in just one page. That process is chunking. Your brain loves compression. Like if there is a movie, right, there is a movie which is taking a lot of space, but you compress it, keep it small in your PC or in your mobile. Don't you feel that you love that process? Yes, exactly, because space is being left in your mobile or PC. Similarly, beta, space is needed when you study. You need to compress those notes, and for compression, we need just to write the keywords. Okay, we need just to write the keywords. I'm going to share you the strategy how to make the notes. Don't worry. So what is the biggest mistake you are going to do is, you are making the notes while first reading. Beta, stop this right now. This is the worst practice. See, when I read the NCRT for the very first time, I am just reading it and then I am writing it. I read a line, writing, read a line, writing. Don't you think that this process takes a lot of time? First thing, yes. The second thing is, meanwhile you're reading, things are repeating, because like see, you read a point and then read a point, you're not remembering everything, because you're not like processing in a good manner. What you are doing is just making another copy of it, just making another notebook of it. You have to follow what process. There is a 3 rule system. First reading, you have to understand. See, you have to read NCERT page wise. What I mean by page wise, you read 1 page of NCERT. Okay, you read 1 page of NCERT for the first time. First reading done. Then similarly, because once you read this whole page, will you remember it? No. You will do the second reading. In this second reading, you will underline those keywords. The keywords which you find that, acha, for the second time you're reading, now your competency is increasing. Now you will find what the keywords. Beta, 2 methods that can be used over here is either to underline them in the NCERT or write them in the borders which are like space free here in the NCERT. Third time you read the second page, you just note down those keywords in 1 page copy, whatever you have. Getting my point? This is just a brief introduction of what we are going to do and how we are going to make 1 page note. Okay, what you have to follow is this steps. First step is 3-step rule. I just told you, beta. Now let's figure out what actually is this 3-step rule. Beta, this 3 steps involves first reading. First reading in which you are just understanding the concepts. Okay, what you are going to do is first reading. This is first reading when you have to understand the concepts. Okay, when you are done with this, you understand thoroughly what actually the chapter is about, which type of questions can be asked, and what topic is important, which one is not that important, can be neglected. Then you will be doing the second reading. Okay, second reading, you need to figure out what keywords are important, which events are important, which dates are important. Okay, understanding which concepts, definitions are important, underline them in the NCERT itself. And then you have to quickly make the third reading. In this third reading, you have to note down the important points. Now the second most important thing is box formula. When you note down, beta, in the center, like mind map, in the center, write the name of the chapter. For example, light chapter. In this light chapter, you are going to read the topic that is reflection plus refraction. Try to make it compressed as much as possible. Then, with the help of this box formula, we are going to write the first important point. Then the second important point. Meanwhile, explaining them, pay attention, use only the keywords. For example, like if you study science and you are writing about the convex lens, you made a box around it with the help of flowchart. Now you have to write 3 or 4 points important which are related to convex lens. But I know that answers are to be written in words, long words. But if we put all the words over here, it is not possible to compress our notes. So here we will be putting only the important points, like it is a converging lens. Now you yourself explain the examiner while writing what actually is converging lens, what is the properties. It forms a real and virtual image. Now here, see how complex. We are not writing the helping verbs, etc. required. So use this formula of keywords, box method and flowchart while making the 1 page note. Clear to that? One tip from my side, bhai. Write always the things that you usually forget. It happens a lot of time, like this was my habit, I don't know. There was a particular thing that I usually forget. I don't know, like I'm reading the answer, I forget this, and next time I will always forget that thing only. Maybe it's not well retained in our mind. So whenever you're making the notes, write things that you usually forget. Okay? As note or something highlighted. Second is use colors, but do not make it an art copy or artwork. See, we are not here. Like I have seen most of the students sitting on the table, taking so many pens and then copy and then choosing blue pen, white pen, pink pen, and then busy in sorting out that only. Beta, no. Just I'm not saying that do not use colors. Using colors actually helps in retention because see, visibility increases when you use different colors. right? So what you can do is you can use black pen for heading, you can use blue pen for writing, and you can use a third pen, either it be red or green or any which color you like, pink, blue, whatever you want, and use this for underlining in those what we can say notes also, or to make the boxes whichever require. That will help you. So do not make it a hard copy by, no competition is going on. And the third one is revise regularly. But what we have done, we took this one page, we make this one page note, right? Covering how many pages? For example, 40 pages of NCRT. Revising this 40 pages for sure will take a lot of time. But do you think this revising this one page will take a lot of time? No. It hardly takes 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes. So one thing that you have to do is to recall them, okay, or revise them at every interval of time. Like let's say 7 days. Each 7 days you have to revise those notes. Try to make it a habit. Like this Sunday you're revising the notes of science, then next Sunday revise for SST, next Sunday go for maths. So at every interval of time, and this method is particularly known as active recall method. Make sure that once the revision is done, you close your copy and try to revise it by yourself. Beta, this is the most important challenge that you have to give yourself. First of all, promise yourself that I'm going to do today, right? And challenge yourself that can I fit this entire chapter in one page. You start doing it from today, but I'm pretty sure you're going to thank me later. Pretty sure about that, because when you go to the exam, sitting in the bus and your exam is in next half hour, these 20 pages note of entire book is going to help you. Imagine a maths book with 14 chapters and the notes with just 14 pages, SST book with 19 chapters and notes with just 19 pages. Isn't it sounding crazy? You have to make it crazy. You have to make it possible, okay? See you soon in my next video. Up till then, make sure you're doing this and write in the comment section that are you going to follow this or not. Bye-bye.